Good day. The name is Richard Dako, and I am here to give you a countdown to the African Cup of Nations. I am talking about Mali today. Like I said, the name is Richard Dako or Nana Kwesi Ajiman, or you can call me Ammonia. That's my nickname. That is the channel. For the channel, you can you watch it on YouTube on Ammonia 84. Ammonia 84, AMONIA 84, or Richard Dako is RICHARD, Dako, DARKO. You can write for Dako, you can write just Dark and O. So Dark and the O will make it Dako. I'll head into today's topic. For the day is for Mali national team. Is just a brief history of Mali football team. The Mali football team in Cup of Nations. The experience in Cup of Nations. The records in Cup of Nations. I have for you. The Mali national football team is governed by the Malian Football Federation. The team's nickname is Les Aigles. I am not French. I will not pretend to know French, and I will not pretend to speak French. So I will say it in English. The Eagles. Yeah, that is how we call it. The Eagles. They have qualified to the AFCON on 14 different occasions. Yesterday, 3 days today, I told you that AFCON represents African Cup of Nations. You can call CAN, CAN, Cup of Nations, right? For the African Cup of Nations. So if I say AFCON, I just want to know that I'm talking about the Cup of Nations. Like I said, they have qualified to the AFCON on 14 different occasions, starting from 1972. From 1972, they never qualified again until Tunisia 1994, when Abdoulaye Traore and Modibo Sidibé ensured a 2-1 victory over Egypt would take them out of Group H. Yeah, they were in Group H, and in 1993 they beat Egypt 2-1 to qualify for that tournament. They were in the same group as Morocco, Egypt, and Malawi. Yeah, which they topped. Mali hosted the AFCON in 2002. That is the only time Mali has hosted the competition. So including this one, Mali, they have been to the Nations Cup, I said 14 times, and then including this one will be 15 times. In fact, since 2008, Mali has qualified to every single Nations Cup. That's wonderful. Yeah, since 2008, Ghana 2008, they have been to every single Nations Cup. Yeah, they have a record of 10 straight Nations Cup. Ivory Coast, they are third in that group. They have gone to the Cup of Nations record 10 times, behind Ivory Coast, who has a record of 11 times, right? Streak 11 straight to AFCON, and Tunisia is 17, like the streak, 17 times streak to AFCON, and 11 times streak to AFCON for Ivory Coast. I hope you understand me. Yeah, understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about streak consecutive, right? From 2008, Mali has been to every single Nations Cup. Mali has never won the Nations Cup. Yeah, they have never won it in their history, but went to the finals in 1972. I just told you about it. That's the first time they were making it at the Nations Cup. In their first game, they drew 3-3 with Togo. I remember very well. I remember very well. Bakary Traore, he scored one. Baku Toure, he scored one, and Fandamé Keita, he scored one. So it was 3-3, and these were the scorers for Mali. Fandamé Keita in 1972 won the Golden Boot. he scored 5 goals in that tournament. He did fantastically well. Fundamental indicator. He did very, very, very well. And in fact, Mali drew all 3 games, just like the last AFCON when Cote d'Ivoire won the AFCON. They drew all 3 games. They drew all 3 games, and just Mali also drew all 3 games. They drew 3-3 with Togo, 1-1 with Kenya, and 1-1 with Cameroon. Yeah, at the semi-finals, they beat DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, 4-3 to meet Congo Brazzaville. Yeah, who eventually beat them 3-2 at the finals at Stade de Omnisport in Yaoundé. Yeah, the 1972 Nations Cup was hosted by Cameroon, and the final took place at Yaoundé at Stade de Omnisport. Yeah, in 2010, Mali did something beautiful. They played Angola in the Nations Cup opener, the first game. By the 78th minute, Angola was leading 4-0. Flavio Armando scored the first and second goal. He scored the first goal in the 36th minute, and for the second minute, he scored the second goal. And Gilberto got the 3rd goal through a penalty, and Manucho also scored the 4th goal also through a penalty. However, from the 79th minute, Mali started the magic. The referee for the day was Issam Abdel Fattah. Yeah, the referee for that Angola Mali game was Issam Abdel Fattah. At 8 o'clock p.m., that is when the game started. When Angola scored the 4 goals, Mali started their magic. Frederick Kanouté, Seydou Keita, he got the first goal for Mali, so the game became 4-1. 11 minutes to end the game, 4-1, respectable. You know what I'm talking about. 4-1. It's bad, but not too bad. And then 2 minutes to full time. 2 minutes until full time. Frederick Kanouté got Mali the second goal. It was like, oh, okay, Mali are doing something. Then Seydou Keita struck again in the 93rd minute. There is time added on. And Mustafa Yatabari scored and did the magic. Got a 4th goal. That was unbelievable. Everybody, including myself, never believed Mali will come out. Losing that game. We all thought Mali has lost that game. However, they did the magic and then came back. However, Mali couldn't make it past the group stage. They were in a group with Angola, Algeria, and Malawi. They won against Malawi, lost against Algeria, and then drew 4-4 with Angola. So that's what Mali did in 2010. Mali did not used to qualify for the AFCON. However, when they make it to the AFCON, they normally do very well. They do fantastic well. 1972, they went to the finals. 1994, when they came 4th when they lost 3-1 to Ivory Coast. You know what I'm talking about. 1972, they went to the finals and lost to Congo Brazzaville. 1994, they went to the semi-finals, lost at the semi-finals, and then had to play 3rd place playoff, and then they lost the 3rd place playoff when they lost 3-1 to Ivory Coast. Yeah, 1994. That is what happened. In 2002, when they hosted the competition, they again came 3rd. Yeah, they again came 3rd when they lost. They came 4th. Yeah, when they lost it to Nigeria. Yakuba Ibeni scored that only goal. I think, yeah, I remember very well. Yakuba Ibeni scored that long goal. In 2004, they again came 4th. They came 4th. That is their 4th tournament. They came 4th and lost 2-1 again to Nigeria. Yeah, they scored 2 goals, and then Mali scored only 1 goal. They failed to qualify for Egypt 2006. You remember Egypt won the 2006 Nations Cup and they were the host and they won it, but made a comeback in 2008. However, for the first time in Mali's history, they never made it past the group stage. Remember, each time they come to the Nations Cup, they make it past the group stage. They go to the semi-finals or the finals. Yep, they either go to the semi-finals or finals. But this time around, they couldn't make it past the group stage. They were in a group. They were in Group B with Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and Benin. Yeah, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Benin. In the last AFCON in 2023, they lost 2-1 to Ivory Coast at the quarterfinals. Mali struck first through Dodgers Nene. Dodgers Nene scored the only goal for Mali in the 71st minute. And Dodgers Nene is a older brother of Levi Nene. Levi Nene plays for FC Nordland in Denmark. Yeah, they are siblings born in Mali, but they are from Ivory Coast. I hope you are following me. They are from Ivory Coast, born in Mali, a Malian city called Kayes. It's spelled Kayes. Yeah, that's where they are born, and they play for the Mali national team. Mali national team sometimes consists of the Ivorians, like 1993, Abdoulaye Traore. He is also Ivorian. Yeah, he's Ivorian, but plays for the Mali national team. He scored a goal against Egypt to qualify Mali to the Nations Cup 1994. I hope you understand me. And for Levi Nene, he used to play for a team in Ghana called Right to Dream. Yeah, he played for a team called Right to Dream. So that's what it is. Mali will be playing Zambia in the Nations Cup on December 22nd. The first game will be between Morocco and Comoros, and Mali and Zambia will play the second game in Group A. Tomorrow I'll be talking about the Zambia national team, but today it is for Mali. I'll leave it here. My name, as I told you, is Richard Darko. You can go on YouTube and watch my videos. If you like the videos, you subscribe and share. Make your comment and like. Thank you. Bye.